Deputies search for a man who drove his truck into a Vaz Creek.
Police investigate a shooting at a country club which leaves several injured.
And firefighters getting ready for the 4th KOMU 8 News First at 5 starts now. Illinois County Sheriff's deputies and highway patrol troopers were sent to a Vaz Creek near County Road 139. That's about 10 miles outside of Fulton. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Reik.
And I'm Justin Kollar. A man was seen going down the river after driving his truck into the creek. KOMU 8's Alec Dostler was there earlier today and is in the studio to tell us more. Today, Southeast Missouri authorities are investigating the suspicious death of a 66-year-old Kansas man. Yesterday, New Madrid County Sheriff's deputies found Larry Weaver of Pittsburgh, Kansas, dead in a cotton field. Weaver was reported missing earlier this week when he failed to check out of a motel room. 2 suspects have been arrested for tampering with evidence. An autopsy will determine how Weaver died. And is extra special this year. Cleveland Cavaliers coach Tyronn Lue is back in his hometown to not only celebrate his team's win, but also for his annual fireworks display. He comes back every 4th of July weekend as he helps pay for the annual fireworks show in Mexico. Lue says he's been doing it for around 7 to 8 years, and the tradition has an extra special meaning for him. It falls on his late grandfather, Tyrone George's birthday.
His birthday's 4th of July, so that was a time for our whole family to come back from Texas and St. Louis, Kansas. So we all came back and united here in Mexico. So that was a big thing for our family.
The great thing about Coach Lue is he didn't come back because he won a championship. He's come back every year for a number of years and given back to the community. You know, the fireworks shows and the pool parties and taking care of kids in a number of ways.
Lue's annual fireworks show is scheduled for 9 o'clock tonight at the Garfield Park in Mexico. Will all this rain become a nuisance for your 4th of July plans? Let's send it over to Kenton for a look at your forecast.
All right, thank you very much.
In your national news, a tragic accident claims the life of a child.
A little boy trampled to death by a cow in Massachusetts. It happened at the boy's home. Reporter Sean Shiabot has the story.
Opened an investigation after several people were shot and stabbed at a country club outside of Fayetteville, North Carolina early this morning. Officers found 2 people shot, 1 person stabbed, and another person was beaten after a fight broke out during a party at the Lakewood Country Club. According to local authorities, 3 of the victims were taken to a local hospital. Police have not released the identities of the suspects of the victims. 5 homes were burned and 3 firefighters were injured after a fast-moving brush fire broke out on a San Bernardino hillside. In just a little over an hour, the blaze had grown to at least 8 acres. The fire burned through 10 acres before being fully contained. Officials say 3 firefighters suffered minor injuries and 1 person was treated for smoke inhalation.
There the next couple days with all the humidity. But enjoy 4th of July.
We're going from the 60s regular temperature to triple digits, feels like.
It feels like, yeah.
My family came to town. We're trying to go to Fugitive Beach, but getting rained out.
Exactly.
All right, Kenton, thanks.
You might not expect firefighters to be big fans of fireworks, but KOMU 8 Abby Brinbach tells us that that's not always the case.
Officials usually recommend leaving fireworks to the
Fireworks can be lots of fun, but the fines associated with them usually are not. Since rules vary between towns, it's important that you do some research before setting up a display in your neighborhood. McDonald's has been on the recovery trail with the stock up 20% in the past year. So what's driving sales at the Golden Arches? All-day breakfast. When McDonald's rolled out all-day breakfast in October, sales jumped 5% globally. Breakfast now accounts for 1/4 of McDonald's total U.S. sales. Dozens of colorful donkeys are sprinkled around Philadelphia ahead of the Democratic National Convention. About 30 local artists painted the fiberglass animals, which are the symbol of the Democrats. Delegates from all over the country provided them with 6 pieces of imagery that defines their state. The artists then had to use at least 3 of those in their design. There are 57 donkeys in all. Now here's a look at what we'll be following at 10. We'll have the latest details on the bombing that killed over 100 people in Iraq.
And the federal investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails continues. How will that affect her campaign with the Democratic National Convention coming up later this month? Kenton?
Let's take another look at our guy in downtown Columbia tomorrow night, and then we are hot and humid the rest of the week.
Should be nice, though. Get out of this rain.
Back to summertime.
Oh, yeah.
That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.